In the beginning, many relationships are built on attention. Attention feels exciting because it creates the sense of being noticed. When someone constantly checks on you, reacts to everything you say, and surrounds you with compliments, it can feel like a powerful connection. Yet, attention alone is often a surface experience. It depends on stimulation, novelty, and the desire to feel validated. When attention fades, the connection may weaken as well. This is why it is important to understand the difference between attention and something deeper. A person who truly values your inner self does not approach you only for entertainment or recognition. They approach you with genuine curiosity about your thoughts, your emotions, and the meaning behind your experiences. Their interest is not limited to moments when you are impressive or cheerful. Instead, they remain present even when you are quiet, reflective, or uncertain. This quiet presence reveals that their connection is not built on temporary excitement. It is rooted in a sincere desire to understand who you are beneath the visible layers of personality and behavior. When someone seeks only attention, their focus often moves quickly from one experience to another. They may enjoy the energy of conversation and the satisfaction of being acknowledged, but their interest is easily distracted. However, a person who values your soul demonstrates patience. They are not rushing to capture your attention for themselves. Instead, they are willing to observe and listen carefully. They notice the small details that others overlook. The tone of your voice when you speak about something meaningful, the hesitation in your words when you are unsure, and the quiet moments when you seem lost in thought. These observations do not come from curiosity alone, but from respect for your inner world. They recognize that every person carries a complex emotional life that cannot be understood quickly. Because of this, their connection with you grows slowly but steadily. They do not try to impress you constantly. Instead, they offer a calm presence that allows trust to develop naturally over time. Another important difference appears in the way each type of connection responds to silence. Attention often fears silence because silence removes the immediate sense of validation. Without constant interaction, attention may feel neglected. But someone who values your deeper self is comfortable with silence. They understand that not every moment requires words or excitement. Sometimes the most meaningful connection occurs in quiet presence, where two people share understanding without needing to perform or entertain. In these moments, the relationship becomes less about proving affection and more about experiencing mutual respect. This comfort with silence reveals emotional security. It shows that the connection does not depend on constant stimulation. Instead, it rests on something more stable, the recognition that both individuals appreciate each other beyond surface interaction. Over time, the difference between attention and genuine connection becomes increasingly clear. Attention may feel intense at first, but it often fades when circumstances change. Genuine appreciation for someone's inner self behaves differently. It remains steady even when life becomes complicated or ordinary. The person who values your soul does not disappear when excitement fades or when challenges appear. They remain attentive to your emotional world, offering understanding rather than distraction. This type of connection encourages honesty because it creates a safe space where both people can express themselves without fear of losing the relationship. In such a bond, attention becomes secondary. What truly matters is the sense that someone sees you clearly, respects your complexity, and remains present not because you are entertaining, but because your inner world genuinely matters to them. Understanding between two people does not always reveal itself through loud declarations or dramatic expressions. Often, the most meaningful form of connection appears quietly, in moments when words are not even necessary. When someone values your soul rather than simply your attention, they begin to understand you in subtle ways. They notice the shifts in your mood before you explain them. They recognize when your silence carries thought rather than distance. This silent understanding develops slowly because it requires careful observation and emotional awareness. It cannot be forced or performed. Instead, it grows through shared experiences, honest conversations, and the patience to see another person clearly. In such a connection, you do not feel pressured to constantly explain yourself. There is a comforting sense that the other person is already trying to understand what exists beneath your words. This kind of awareness creates a quiet harmony where two individuals begin to sense each other's emotional states without demanding constant clarification. When attention is the main goal of a relationship, communication often becomes exaggerated. People may speak more than they listen, hoping to maintain excitement or admiration. Yet someone who truly cares about your inner life communicates differently. Their attention is calm and focused. When you speak, they do not interrupt with their own experiences simply to keep the conversation centered on themselves. Instead, they allow your thoughts to unfold naturally. This respectful listening makes you feel acknowledged in a deeper way. You begin to realize that your ideas, concerns, and reflections are being received with genuine interest. The conversation is not a competition for attention, but a shared exploration of perspective. Over time, this creates a deeper intellectual and emotional bond. Each conversation becomes an opportunity to learn more about how the other person perceives the world. This exchange of understanding strengthens the relationship because it is built on curiosity rather than performance. Silent understanding also reveals itself in moments of difficulty. Life inevitably brings periods of uncertainty, disappointment, or emotional strain. During these times, superficial attention often disappears because it thrives on positivity and excitement. However, a person who values your deeper self remains steady even when circumstances are challenging. They do not rush to dismiss your concerns or offer quick solutions just to move past discomfort. Instead, they remain present with patience. Their presence alone can feel reassuring because it communicates that you are not facing your struggles alone. This quiet support demonstrates a level of emotional maturity that goes beyond simple companionship. It shows that the relationship has depth and resilience. Through such moments, trust grows stronger because you experience firsthand that the connection does not depend on perfect circumstances. As this silent understanding develops, the relationship becomes more authentic. Both individuals begin to feel safe expressing their true thoughts without fear of misunderstanding or rejection. There is less need for constant explanation or emotional defense. Instead, there is a shared awareness that each person is trying to understand the other sincerely. This mutual effort transforms the relationship into something stable and meaningful. It is no longer based on the excitement of attention, but on the quiet strength of genuine connection. When two people reach this level of understanding, they create a space where honesty can exist freely. In that space, the relationship grows naturally, guided not by the need for validation, but by the simple and powerful desire to truly know one another. There is a significant difference between someone who appears during your bright moments and someone who remains present when life becomes difficult. Attention often gathers around success, joy, and visible strength. Many people feel comfortable sharing laughter, celebrations, and easy conversations. Yet the true measure of connection appears during quieter, heavier moments when energy is low and certainty fades. A person who values your soul does not withdraw when you face emotional struggles. Instead, their presence becomes more noticeable during these times. They do not arrive with dramatic gestures or exaggerated sympathy. Their support is usually calm and steady. They listen carefully, allowing you to express what you feel without pressure to immediately recover or appear strong. This kind of emotional presence communicates something important. Your value to them is not dependent on your ability to entertain, inspire, or impress. They care about the reality of your experience, including the moments that are uncomfortable or uncertain. When someone seeks only attention, difficult moments may feel inconvenient to them. They may attempt to change the subject quickly or offer simple encouragement that avoids deeper understanding. Their goal is often to restore the pleasant atmosphere rather than explore the meaning behind your emotions. But a person who values your inner life responds differently. They understand that human emotions are complex and cannot always be resolved quickly. Instead of avoiding discomfort, they remain patient while you process what you are feeling. Their calm presence allows you to speak honestly without worrying that your vulnerability will push them away. This patience creates emotional safety, which is one of the most important foundations of a meaningful relationship. You begin to realize that you are not required to hide your struggles or pretend that everything is fine. Your feelings are accepted as a natural part of being human. Another sign of genuine emotional presence is the way such a person respects your pace during challenging times. When people care primarily about attention, they may expect quick recovery, so the interaction can return to excitement and positivity. However, someone who values your soul understands that healing and reflection take time. They do not rush your process or pressure you to behave differently for their comfort. Instead, they encourage you to move forward gradually while reminding you that they are still there. This respect for your emotional rhythm demonstrates maturity and empathy. It shows that their interest in you extends beyond convenient moments of happiness. They are willing to stand beside you while you navigate uncertainty, even when there is no immediate solution. Over time, these experiences create a deeper sense of trust. When you observe that someone remains present during both joyful and difficult moments, the relationship begins to feel reliable. You recognize that their connection is not based on temporary excitement, but on genuine care for your well-being. This type of presence strengthens both individuals because it encourages honesty and emotional resilience. Instead of fearing vulnerability, you begin to see it as a natural part of connection. Through these shared experiences, the relationship becomes more meaningful. It transforms from a simple exchange of attention into a supportive bond where two people accompany each other through the full range of human emotion, not just the moments that are easy to celebrate. Every human being carries parts of themselves that remain hidden from the world. These parts include insecurities, past mistakes, doubts, and emotions that do not easily fit into the image people prefer to present. Many relationships survive only on the surface because individuals fear revealing these imperfect aspects. They worry that once the polished image fades, acceptance will disappear as well. A connection based only on attention often reinforces this fear. It encourages people to show only their most attractive qualities while quietly hiding everything that might seem complicated or vulnerable. However, when someone truly values your soul, their response to imperfection is different. They do not expect you to maintain a flawless appearance at all times. Instead, they recognize that every individual carries both strength and uncertainty within them. Rather than withdrawing when these hidden aspects appear, they remain calm and accepting. Their reaction communicates that your worth is not determined by how perfect you seem, but by the honesty of who you are. This acceptance creates an atmosphere where authenticity becomes possible. When a person feels safe revealing their true emotions and experiences, the relationship begins to deepen naturally. Someone who values your inner life does not judge you quickly when you reveal your struggles or past difficulties. Instead, they listen with curiosity and empathy. They understand that personal history shapes identity and that growth often emerges from moments of challenge. Instead of criticizing your imperfections, they see them as part of your human experience. Their perspective allows the relationship to move beyond superficial admiration. It becomes a space where both individuals can speak honestly about their fears, uncertainties, and lessons learned over time. This honesty strengthens the connection because it replaces performance with sincerity. The relationship becomes less about impressing each other and more about understanding each other. Another important aspect of this acceptance is the absence of constant correction. When people focus primarily on attention, they may attempt to reshape others according to their own preferences. They might highlight flaws repeatedly, hoping to change the person into a more appealing version. But someone who respects your soul approaches difference with patience. They recognize that personal growth must come from within, not from external pressure. Instead of forcing change, they support your efforts to understand yourself better. Their encouragement focuses on self-awareness rather than control. This creates a balanced environment where both individuals feel respected as independent beings rather than projects to be improved. Such respect nurtures confidence because it allows each person to develop at their own pace without fear of rejection. Over time, this kind of acceptance builds profound trust. When you realize that someone sees your strengths as well as your imperfections and still chooses to remain present, the connection gains depth. It becomes clear that their interest is not limited to the most attractive parts of your personality. They appreciate the full complexity of who you are. In such a relationship, both individuals gradually become more open and self-aware. Instead of hiding their inner struggles, they begin to explore them with honesty and courage. This shared acceptance transforms the relationship into something far more meaningful than admiration alone. It becomes a partnership grounded in understanding, where two people support each other's journey toward greater self-knowledge and emotional maturity. One of the most reliable signs that someone values your soul rather than your attention is consistency. Attention often appears suddenly and disappears just as quickly. In the beginning, it may feel intense and exciting. Messages arrive frequently, conversations feel energetic, and there is a constant effort to impress or entertain. Yet attention driven by excitement usually fades when novelty disappears. When life becomes ordinary or responsibilities increase, the same enthusiasm may slowly vanish. This is because attention often depends on stimulation. It needs constant activity to survive. A person who values your inner life behaves differently. Their care does not rely on dramatic moments or constant excitement. Instead, their presence remains steady even during ordinary days. They speak with the same respect, whether the conversation is lively or quiet. They show interest in your well-being not only when something special is happening, but also when life feels routine. This stability reveals that their connection to you is not temporary fascination. It is a sincere commitment to understanding and appreciating who you are over time. Consistency also appears in the small actions people take without seeking recognition. When attention is the goal, many gestures are performed in ways that are visible and impressive. Compliments may be exaggerated, and acts of kindness may be displayed proudly. But someone who values your soul often expresses care in quieter ways. They remember details about your life that others forget. They ask about your concerns, not because it creates excitement, but because your experiences genuinely matter to them. Their support does not depend on being praised or noticed. Instead, it comes from a natural sense of responsibility toward the relationship. Over time, these small but reliable actions create a sense of emotional safety. You begin to recognize that their presence is not conditional. They are not there only when circumstances are exciting or convenient. They remain present because the connection itself is meaningful to them. Another important aspect of consistency is emotional reliability. In relationships driven by attention, emotions can change quickly. Enthusiasm may suddenly turn into distance when circumstances shift. This unpredictability often creates confusion